I'm William Grantham with IchimokuWeather.com with a quick analysis for ASO, Academy Sports and Outdoor Incorporated. ASO had their initial public offering on October 2nd and started off with a nice green candle and then started on a nice run-up. Once the blue line, the Tenkan-sen, came into play, market action pretty much stayed floating around it, mostly above, and then we came up into a consolidation zone, and then at the 1st of April, broke out of that consolidation and gapped up into the current market price as we see it today. When you have an IPO, it's common to have a lockup period where company insiders and early investors cannot sell all or partial some of their shares until a certain date. Well, the IPO lockup date for ASO was on March 31st. That was right before we had this nice big jump up. Usually after a lockup, you'll see a fall down in price, and that's because insiders and investors are taking profits on some of the money that they've invested in this particular IPO. When you have a stock that does good after a lockup, that could be an indication that insiders and investors still think there is room for growth within the stock share price. Even though Academy Sports and Outdoors Incorporated IPO'd October 2nd, they were founded in 1938, so this is not a new company. It has been around for several decades. ASO is in the consumer services, discretionary cyclical sector, and right now, we'll use XLY to see what that sector is doing, and it is doing well as well, having gotten up above the cloud and is putting in the same type of gap up into the 2-day pattern. If we take a look at a weekly chart, we can see that the Ichimoku is not completely formed. We do have a couple of our lines, our Tenkan-sen and our Kijun-sen, and then our lagging green line, the Chico span, is in place, but we do not have the cloud yet because we do not have enough data to be able to draw it. You'll notice that the blue line did not come into play until after 9 periods, and then of course the red line looks back 26 periods, so it needs 26 periods before it can start drawing, and that's what's happened here. Market price came into this particular chart and rode the blue line up, and so the top of the blue line can be seen as support, and it's sitting at about 28, and the red line is our support below, and it's sitting at about $23. Let's take a look at the daily again, and we can see the top of the cloud is sitting at about 24. The red and the blue line are tracking similarly, and that means that our look back period of 9 and 26, the calculations are running the same and plotting the line at the same trajectory. If market price continues to go up, we'll see a separation and the start of a bullish channel. If market price comes down and challenges the two lines and crosses below it, then we could see a separation of the blue line going under the red, and that would be the start of a bearish channel. Right now, the two lines are providing support at $28.27. If you're wanting to get into this stock, there'll be several ways of looking at that, and one way is to look at lower time frames. If we drop down to an hour time frame, we can see that it looks fairly similar to the daily and is not much help. But if we go all the way down to a 15-minute time frame, we can see that market action has gone inside the cloud. So with market action going inside the cloud, that gives us an indication that if we were to be watching the 15 for market action to get up above the cloud, that could be, depending on your trading plan, a signal to get into this particular stock. Another signal within the 15 to watch for would be for the blue Tenkan-sen to get above the red Kijun-sen, and then also for the lagging Chico span to move above market action and the other lines. If you were looking for an even tighter play, you could drop down to the 1-minute charts, and you can see that the market action is gone underneath the cloud for a little bit and is right now challenging the top of the cloud and starting to come out. Now notice here on the 1 minute, the candles that are the thin lines. This is showing that there's not much volume to create an open, high, low, and close. Usually when you see these lines, it is an indication that Ichimoku may not have as much relevance because of the volume that is going on at this time level. However, if your trading plan showed that you did want to get into this and wanted to get in quickly, this would be a place to watch for the market price to get up above the cloud and to stay above it for a little while. So it could be indicating right now that it's a good time to get into this stock if this would fit into your trading plan. Dropping down to a 3-minute, we can see that we are underneath the cloud on a 3-minute. So you could also use this as an indicator to wait for market price to get above the 3-minute cloud, which would be about the 32 about the 32 level. Here we are back on the daily chart, and we're going to watch and see how market action performs now that it is gapped up into this new trading range. We're going to see if it busts out through the top or if it comes down and challenges the top of the cloud. I'm William Grantham with IchimokuWeather.com, and this has been a quick analysis of ASO, Academy Sports and Outdoors Incorporated, a new stock trading on the market who IPO'd back in October 2nd.